a collective reading today for the week of August 17th. This is a non-zodiac specific reading, which means that if the title of the message resonates for you, this message might be for you. And certainly if it doesn't resonate for you, as you know, general readings don't resonate for everyone, please feel free to check out some of the other readings, perhaps with your zodiac sign, sun, moon, or rising. And for more information about Light Guided, check out lightguided.com in the description box below. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to just take a moment here to tune into the collective energies. And let's see what messages are available for the collective this week. Whoa. I still always get surprised when a lot of cards fall out. Just one card, please. Thank you. We'll take 2 cards. So this week we have number 19, an invitation to connect. Some of you may be receiving messages from your spirit guides this week. And initiation by water. Very powerful card. Let me read these to you. Starting with initiation by water. This is a really powerful energy, and I think is very pertinent to where we are finding ourselves on the path right now. Your spiritual path this lifetime involves you becoming a clear channel for spirit. You are meant to communicate with higher guidance from the loving spiritual worlds. Your initiation by water will further open your receiving channels, dislodge lower vibrational materials, and sensitize you to the subtle realms of light. You are being opened to a world of which you may only have dreamed. Such is its beauty, grace, and love. And there is an invocation here for this card, and I will post that in the description box below for the initiation by water. I feel like that's a really powerful energy for a lot of you at this particular time. And then we also have the card of an invitation to connect. Love exists throughout our universe. Many loving beings that do not belong to the human race exist in worlds beyond the earthly realm. Among these are those who are aware of the spiritual plight of humanity and are willing and able to help us move forward. Unlike those who close their minds because they fear the unknown, you have an open mind and an open, receptive heart. Beings from other worlds recognize you as a receptive channel for their unconditional loving assistance in this world. You will both benefit from this individually and help the planet, so you are being offered an invitation to connect. Wow. Beautifully powerful energy. And the only thing I would say here, I don't believe that human beings are in a spiritual plight. I believe that we are doing exactly the work that we are here meant to do, and there's nothing plight driven about it. It is just part of the human condition and part of the spiritual condition. All right, with that, let's get some overall energies here, and looking at the overall energies for the week ahead. Finding. Wow. Beautiful energy. This is finding peace, finding yourself within this new transformational energy that you've been slowly evolving toward. And it may be, you know, in spiritual growth work, and especially right now in the present energies, there is no plateau. There is no like arrival point where you go through all the hard stuff and then suddenly you get to this end, you know, where you're like, oh, I've arrived and everything is hunky-dory. No, I believe, based on the energies that are coming through now, that we are really in a transformative era. We will continue to transform, and there will be ebb and flow in that transformation, but we will continue to transform. And through that, I feel really strongly that when you do find those moments that feel like a plateau, when you find those moments where you're fully embodied and you're really connected to spirit, and you're in a place where everything is starting to integrate and you feel balanced and whole, that's the place to really just enjoy it, just embrace it, just let it be. And that can sustain you for those other growth periods that, as they come up, this sense of knowing that you are whole, perfect, and complete within yourself can be a reminder through those rough points that, hey, everything's going to be fine. It's just the ebb and flow. So we are in constant transformational energy right now. That's beautiful. I'm also getting the message here for some of you. Some of you, as you begin to open these channels and lines of communication with spirit, you may start to become aware not only of past patterns and behaviors in this life, but you may, for some of you, start to connect with past life energies or energies of other realms that bring you new information. So if you're on this journey and you're a seeker and you're also cultivating your spiritual gifts, this may be a week where you start to really connect in with that vibration of past life. So let's see what needs healing in the current situation for this week. What energy needs healing in the current situation? Wow. So black tourmaline, the stone of protection. I'm also going to read the description on this card, but what I get from this in this position is that it's kind of mixed, right? I feel like for some of you, you're feeling like you've had to protect yourself against others, meaning that maybe other people in your life or your experience right now don't really understand the journey that you're on. And there's a sense of having to guard yourself, with that kind of energy. But there's also the bigger message that I'm getting here is actually that you are protected, and you don't necessarily have to be in a space of defensive or being defended against other people's energy. People have their own thoughts and opinions, and we can't control that. All we can do is be present to what is true for us. And by embodying what is true for us and being a stand for that, other people will figure that out. Other people will start to see you in that light, but it begins with you. It starts with you. So let me read the protection energy here and see what more might need to come through for you. Okay. So the black tourmaline is connected to our root chakra, our base chakra, which is the energy of survival and physical protection, things like that. And this crystal describes having a powerful grounding and protective energy. It dissolves stuck or dormant energies in the body and auric field, and it strengthens and protects the aura. It assists in creating appropriate boundaries in your life. So that goes back to what I was talking about, where, other people may or may not understand the journey that you're on. And you may be, you may need to have better boundaries with some of those folks so that you're not getting ruffled when they come around, talking to you about, maybe disagreeing with your path or something like that. And I do want to read this first paragraph because it's really beautiful. The black tourmaline are shining their powerful light upon you at this time. Sorry, it's not Davis, it's divas. Of black tourmaline are shining their powerful light upon you at this time, bringing to you the energy of protection. You may be feeling open and vulnerable and attracting unwanted energy that is out of alignment with your own. An unhealthy relationship or environment might be draining your energy and creating turmoil. You may even feel you need protection from your own harsh thoughts and judgments about yourself. Whatever the situation or circumstance you require protection from, know that the strongest form of protection is love. Beautiful. And I'm going to just pull a couple of additional messages here for the situation to see what more you need to know about that for the week ahead. Of course, the Magician came out. There's a couple more cards that want to come out here. Let me shuffle just a little bit more. Okay. All right. So we have some very powerful cards here for the week ahead. So Magician energy. For some of you, this energy is really speaking to what I was mentioning before about not allowing the influence of others to cause you to feel that you're doing something wrong by tapping into this spiritual energy. Allowing yourself to go down the path that draws you, the path that aligns with who you are and feels right to you. And as you go down that path, also allowing new information to come in, allowing yourself to be curious, allow yourself to have exploration about what might be coming forward, whether those are spiritual messages or as you begin to connect with spirit, maybe you're channeling information and you're becoming aware of that. That's not something that you need to be afraid of. And if you find yourself running into blocks around that because of your culture or your upbringing, seek out the support of people who are like-minded. Seek out the support of others to help you overcome that block, or to walk through that block, to know that you're not alone, and to normalize what you're experiencing. There's a lot, the universe is a big place. Bigger than we can really even conceive of. At any given moment, our language doesn't even begin to comprehend or to describe just how vast the universe is and how huge and filled it is with energy and love and prosperity and all of these things. But the point to all of that is that that energy is very mysterious, but it's not something that we need to be afraid of. And I will add that sometimes on our healing journey, especially when we've come from very difficult backgrounds or upbringing, and maybe we have some trauma and things that we're clearing out, it can create a dissonance or a sense of fear or anxiety as you begin to open the path. So again, I would just say whatever you're experiencing this week around that evolution or that opening, seek out the support of others. Seek out people who are on this journey, who are like-minded, that you can trust and that will be there to support you and to listen to you. And then we have the Emperor energy. This is also another beautiful energy, and this one feels more about the practical, right? This is more about being in a very practical energy, being in a very... it's interesting the way this card is coming across. While the Emperor is a very masculine energy, very fiery energy, I'm getting in this spread today that there's a great receptivity here. And so for those of you who may generally have what we might call a masculine energy, not what physical body you're in, but just a masculine energy, you might be someone who is a doer, who's always on the move, who's always creating and building and, you know, moving forward very quickly. What I'm getting is that you're taking a step back from some of that doing, or you're being called to take a step back from some of that doing, and just allow that masculine energy to be part of who you are without having to move forward. And I'm getting the word aggressively or assertively. So just being receptive in that energy and allowing it to sit. And I feel like this is part of that alchemical experience here, where as you sit with this masculine energy, this beautiful masculine energy, that as you allow that to be more receptive, you might start to attract different energies into your experience. You might attract more loving and open energies into your experience, and people that want to come forward to nurture you and support you. But you may find actually that you're even more effective and more powerful as you retreat a little bit from the doingness of this energy. And finally, we have the Ten of Cups. And I feel like in this reading, this is a card of like rest. It's like this week you've put in a lot of time and energy. Maybe you've had some stressful times, things happening that maybe you're a little unsure about. But in the end, you find solace with people you love. And I just feel like you're starting to become aware of like how to manage these energies, and you're at the beginning of that. And so it's starting to feel a bit more integrated and a bit more, I'll use the word normal. Not that there's any normal, but that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here, is that it starts to just feel more like you, which is beautiful. It's a beautiful energy. So let's look now at what the actions this week. Oh my gosh. The actions are manifestation. Wow. I'm not an astrologer, so I don't really follow the moon cycles or the stars or anything like that. But I'm wondering if there's a full moon coming up here at some point, or perhaps this is a message about the upcoming full moon. But there's, again, powerful alchemy here related to this magician energy. This is goddess energy. This is alchemical energy. This is the energy of bringing your masculine and your feminine together into this divine, perfect, energetic, like magic fairy dust. You know what I mean? You bring these energies together, and you just kind of, anything you touch sort of happens. It's like anything you imagine as possible becomes possible. So there's this beautiful energy around manifestation this week. And actually, where this card falls in the spread is saying, yes, in fact, this is the week to be manifesting. This is the week to be moving forward with being creative. And let's see if there's anything that needs to be healed here. Wow. So again, we have a grounding energy, the energy of hematite, right under that protection energy. So a need for a lot of grounding. However you're navigating this pathway of your emotional and spiritual evolution, there's a need for grounding here. And I'm hearing that, for those of you that don't have a grounding practice, like a meditation, you can find those on YouTube. You can find them on our website. That seems to be it's being called forward here. I'm getting also grounding. We can do grounding and meditation, but there's other ways that we can ground. And that is also through what are we feeding our bodies? Are we staying hydrated? Are we getting enough rest? Are we taking care of ourselves? Are we surrounding ourselves with love and support and energy that is nourishing to us? So I feel like that's in this time period, that is something that's being called forward here as well. So let's look a little bit more at any additional information, Spirit, on actions needed for this week. Thank you. Oh, wow. Okay. So we have several messages that came out here. Let's start with the devil energy. This is actually quite a beautiful card. And what I want to say about this is, so the devil often represents things like addiction, bad behavior, patterns of behavior, things like that, or feeling manipulated or being manipulative. But there's also a beauty in this. And the message that's coming through here is that if you're a person who has struggled with, relationship issues, addiction issues, anything like that, mental health kind of stuff, anxiety, depression, whatever that is, the message that I'm getting here is, remember that this is a beautiful part of who you are. This is not a part to be ashamed of. It's not a part to reject. It is a part to integrate. And your life experiences become part of the foundation and part of the strength, which is the next card here. They become part of the foundation and part of the strength of who you are. And they are, again, as you heal and you become more integrated, you begin to use those parts of yourselves to, if you choose to help other people. Other actions this week, really, moving away from, again, it kind of comes up like manipulation, moving away from, there's another message here. Hold on one second. So there's several messages coming through on this Seven of Swords. For some of you, this is about, again, if there are people in your life who are not supportive of you, this is reminding you to not allow yourself to get caught up in that energy. They may talk about you. They may say things, that you feel like you have to defend yourself against or guard yourself against. And what this is saying is, no, actually, allow them to just be in their own energy. You don't have to step into that in any way, shape, or form. You don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to do anything. And, to remedy that energy, some friends of mine and I were just talking about this the other day. It's such a lovely idea. To remedy this kind of energy, rather than resisting it, rather than pushing up against it and trying to defend it or defend yourself in it, just pour love on it. Literally just envision that you're pouring love all over the situation, you're pouring love on that person, and you're including yourself in that energy of love. And allow that energy of love to help resolve whatever that is. Again, you don't have to step into that energy. And the other message coming through here is, if you are someone who is dealing with some hurt feelings, if you're working through some pain that you have, maybe something that happened, be mindful not to be contributing to the situation negatively by what you say. So be mindful of your words, be mindful of your intentions. Again, same message, you can really pour love all over it. If you're having anger or frustration or resentment towards someone else and you're not quite ready to forgive them, or you're not in that space at this time, you can literally just send love to that situation and let it start to work itself out. Okay? We also have the energy of Nine of Wands, and I feel like this is similar energy to this Seven of Swords. If you're facing a situation where people are not being supportive of you, you may have a tendency to be guarded. You may have a tendency to be judgmental or upset. And I'll just repeat that message about, sending love in that direction. And you don't have to be perfect at it, right? You don't have to know exactly what you're doing or how to do it. Just with your mind, just intend that you're sending love to that person. And I like to think of it like pink syrup, almost like cotton candy melted down into like pink syrup. And I just see myself like pouring pink syrup all over the situation and over the people involved, including myself, as a way to just bring a different energy into that situation, okay? And then finally, Ace of Pentacles, starting something new. But I also feel like for some of you in this manifestation energy, some of you, to get to that manifestation energy, may need to begin to think about how you are being of service and how are you showing up in the energy of generosity. And if you're struggling with manifestation in any way at all, you can begin here with this space of generosity. You can begin with, what can I offer to other people? Not in a way that crosses your boundaries or, is putting yourself out. What do I mean by that? I mean, don't do something for someone else if it's hurting you, okay? If you can come from a place of love and offer a service to someone or offer an energy of generosity, that's going to help you with this manifestation this week. Okay? Beautiful. Now let's see what the outcome is going to be. Let's look at outcome energies here. What's the outcome here? Ooh. Too many cards. Give me just a moment. Let me see. What is the outcome here? Thank you. The outcome is the energy of reconciliation. This can be read in a couple of different ways. Reconciliation is the energy of, people coming together. This could be a friendship. This could be a love relationship. It could also be that energy that I talked about here with the Emperor, where there's more of this integration of the divine feminine, the divine masculine, becoming more integrated within you. And I'm getting for some of you that is spot on, that this is also it's about learning to balance your emotions with your actions, learning how to speak your truth with love and clarity, removing that emotional energy or removing that judgmental kind of energy. And again, for some of you, this may be the energy of coming back together with someone else. And we'll look at that a little more closely. And the energy that needs to be healed around that is conflict. I'm going to get some clarifiers on that. Rites of passage. So I feel like this feels more to me like energy from the past, not necessarily currently. That it doesn't feel like there's a conflict coming up. It feels like there was a conflict in the past. This can be inner conflict. This can be a conflict in a relationship, whether it's romantic or family or business relationship. And through this experience of conflict, it's actually helping move you into this initiation energy and into this spiritual energy. So my point in that is that all energy is here to help us, and we can judge it as good or bad. We can say, oh, that's bad energy because there's conflict. But in fact, all energy is here to serve our highest good. Okay? It's just a matter of what we choose to do with it. So whatever this conflict was that's calling you to work through, it's helping you move toward this integration or reconciliation. And I feel like it's connected to this Ace of Pentacles as well. This idea of being generous in your energy, being of service in your energy to others, or actually being of service, doing something of service for someone else. Let's see what more we can know about the outcome. Let's see what more we can know about the outcome. Beautiful. We have the energy of the star. Very positive message. We have the energy of Four of Pentacles. Your instinct this week is to hold back. Your instinct is to protect yourself and to feel like you're, what am I trying to say here? It's like you feel like you need to protect yourself in this way, and when you do that, however, you're creating more separation, not reconciliation. So the reconciliation comes from understanding the energy that we are all connected, we are all part of the same whole. But for some reason this week you're really feeling like you need to protect yourself. And part of that, and we have the Wheel card here, part of that is because you're trying to stay in control. You're trying to stay balanced and in control, and maybe you're feeling like if you give too much in this situation, if you give too much, you might feel like you're going to lose your balance. So I'm going to get a clarifier on that, and let's look a little bit more closely at the star energy as well. Starting with the star, can I get a clarifier? The star, please. What is the star here? What's the message here? Thank you. The Fool. The Fool. Powerful energy on this card today. This is, this Fool energy is, hey, you can trust. You can trust the universe. You can trust yourself. You can trust the process. Use whatever supports you have, whether that's spiritual or people in your life that support you, that help you, that are, that you feel connected to and that you trust. But this is about allowing yourself to relax into the energy, allowing yourself to really connect in with this feeling of oneness that is around you, and relaxing into it, which is very difficult when you have a Four of Pentacles. When you're holding on, although you see she's not holding on tightly, right? She's pretty relaxed and at ease. So that tells me that you just need a little bit of encouragement to open yourself, to be willing to navigate the energy as it comes up without having to control it, without having to worry about it or feel fearful about it. So let's check out this Wheel as well. What more can we know about the Wheel? Yeah, that's the Eight of Pentacles. So there's still elements of this that you're working on. There's still parts of this that you're really thinking about, that you're trying to strategize about and figure out. And the Fool card is saying, hey, no, you don't need to figure anything out. Just breathe and relax and let it go. And as you do that, the energy will flow much more for you this week. So let's look at any final messages that Spirit has for you. Final messages for the week of August 17th. Thank you. We have two messages here. That's a stunning, beautiful card. And this says, all you have shall someday be given. So this is the energy of karma. This is the energy of energetic balance, which we can also call karma. The energy of energetic balance. So I feel like also that kind of summarizes what's happening this week, is that there's this energetic balance that's really happening for you. Finding that balance between your gifts and opening, and also in the situations in your day-to-day life, finding balance around how to give and take in a way that you can have good boundaries and know that you can take care of yourself while also being in a giving energy, and allowing for conflicts to be part of your growth, and finding a way to be at ease and to be in grace about all of it. And then we have this card, Come and Be One of Us. This is the card of farewell. This is quite a beautiful energy. I want to read what the book says about this card, but it feels like to me this is sort of, I get in general, this is the card of unity. Come and recognize that we're all part of the same tribe. Come and recognize that we're all ascending together, and we're all at different points on the journey. We all have different levels of consciousness and different levels of awareness, but we are all on the journey together. We are all, human for one, but we are also all spiritual beings doing the best that we can on the planet. So let's take a look at that card and see what it says here. For come and be one of us. Could you but see the tides of that breath, you would cease to see all else. And if you could hear the whispering of the dream, you would hear no other sound. But you do not see, nor do you hear, and it is well. The veil that clouds your eyes shall be lifted by the hands that wove it, and the clay that fills your ears shall be pierced by those fingers that kneaded it. And you shall see, and you shall hear. Yet you shall not deplore having known blindness, nor having been deaf. For in that day you shall know the hidden purposes in all things, and you shall bless darkness as you would bless light. Wow. Powerful. I feel like I was saying that at some point in this reading about, everything, all energy has its purpose in our lives. There is no good and bad energy. There's just energy, and how we deal with it and how we're managing it. And I feel like that card kind of sums it up. And I'm going to do a final heart and soul message here for you as well. Oh, beautiful. This morning in my meditation, I kept seeing rainbows today, just the energy of rainbows. And this card has a rainbow right across the top. That beautiful star energy coming out. Beyond the light of this world, there is an inner light that always shines bright. Close your eyes and be guided by your inner light. Feel it flow through your entire body, your thoughts and emotions. Feel it relax and heal every part of you. Listen to the immortal dialogue between your soul and spirit. This is the never-ending story of you. Hi, Edward. All right, beautiful friends. I hope this message was helpful to you in some way, or brought you some clarity or some peace. And with that, I wish you much love until next time. Thank you.